Welcome to a particularly guide on how I like to warm up, even though I normally never warm up this way. I just recently started it, and I think it feels pretty good, one would say. So first off, when I'm starting to warm up, I'll just select a hangboard of any shape, size, or variety, right? Using this hangboard of any shape, size, or variety, I'm gonna elect an edge. An edge doesn't particularly matter an edge, but I normally never go higher than 20. Right now, I'm gonna start off with 15. And with my feet firmly planted on the earth, I'm just gonna hang. But when I'm hanging, I'm going to perform what's known as the finger curl. Let me demonstrate. Finger curl is when you go up on the ledge of any size, shape, or variety. You start in an open hand position. But here you're going to curl your fingers up. And then as you come down, while still maintaining a line of force going down, you're going to extend it down and then up. And then down, and then up. And there's many shapes and ways of varieties to do this. You can do this with 4 fingers. Yeah. You can go 4 fingers into a faux crimp, like, yeah. You can even do the 3-finger drag, like that. The point is, when you curl your fingers like this, you pump a little bit of blood into each of your fingers, which is particularly nice and good. And if you particularly have like a finger injury, that's not exactly the best way that it should be. You can do these manually, one at a time, like that, to really isolate the weaker finger and really get some nice blood flowing to the badness of the boys. So as you can see, I'm just gonna pump up my fingers, making sure they're nice and warm while using my body weight just to hang down with my feet still on the ground. Nice and easy, and I'm really not trying to do too much action here. In fact, I might do a finger curl, go into a faux crimp, hold it for half a second, come back down, into another faux crimp, hold it for half a second. Oh, what? I'm going to switch to the 3-finger drag now. And I'm just going to hold that for half a second, making sure it feels nice and good and active. And then from there, I might switch to a bigger ledge, aka the 20mm ledge. Now, I want to say when I'm warming up, the key here is to warm up. I'm not doing anything strenuous, not trying to be too active about anything. I'm just making sure things feel good. Now with the 20mm ledge, because it's a little bit bigger, I might try to decide to work on my half crimp, because half crimps I'm particularly not that great at. So half crimp, oh yeah, that's starting to feel pretty good. That's not too bad. Oh, well, I'm starting to feel a little bit more warmed up. Now, as I feel a little bit more warmed up, I won't go on and do a faux hang like this just for like 20-30 seconds, even though I can't. What I will do though, because I'm not that great at hangboarding anymore, because it's been like 10 years since I've done it, I will just ump, 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 ump. And what I'm doing there by doing some I'm just acclimating my body to getting the full weight of my body beneath my hands without actually having to pump myself out too quickly, too hard. And though my forearms are starting to feel a little bit pumped as the more I do this. So let me chalk up some more, because I do most necessarily need this chalk. I will also do one-handers, right? Oh, one hand. Oh, yes, that feels good. Oh, half crimp. Okay, not bad. Oh, foot switch. 3-finger drag. Oh, okay, not bad. Other hand. Oh, half crimp. Oh, wow, that feels pretty good. Oop, switch. 3-finger drags. Oh, wow, that feels pretty good. And I'm not holding any particular position for any particularly large amount of time. I'm just switching through all my grips, switching through multiple sizes of depth of edge, just making sure things feel good. For this one, I'm opting to go faux crimp for a little bit, half crimp for a little bit, open hand for a little bit, 3-finger drag for a little bit. And then I might repeat that again. Yeah, la la la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Now you might be particularly wondering why I'm using so many grip variations on multiple edge sizes. I will be touching 10mm eventually. And the answer is just because I want to get my fingers accustomed to feeling small edges in multiple positions before I actually start climbing. Again, I'm just starting this new warming up thing because lately my hangboarding strength has gone way down. I've noticed I haven't been doing it lately, therefore I decided to add it to my warm up routine. And I think it has been helping me feel a lot more warmer in terms of the climbing the wall, a lot safer. Let me show you what else I do during my sets of hanging. So right now it is on 10mm right here, right? Oh, this feels good. Just half crimp. Oh, 3-finger drag. Oh yeah, that feels good. I don't think I can lift my feet off the ground, but I will go one at a time just to slightly shift the weight a little bit. And then I want you to know that during this whole time that I'm basically hangboarding and warming up, I think I'll do for maybe about 10 to 20 minutes, and the whole time I'm not taking any particular rest breaks. And if I am not hanging on the board, I'm doing exactly what you're looking at right now, which is I'm just stretching out my arms, doing some arm circles above my head, phenomenal for the shoulders. And right here, what I'm doing As you see, I'm slowly pushing my shoulders backwards, working them through a range of motion as I start to bring it above my head. Once I'm above my head, I'll go into some circles, both directions, making sure that my shoulder has great mobility. And then I'll immediately just hop right back into this, just like that. And again, in terms of the grip, I'll keep switching it up. Right now I'm on 15. Oh, ooh, that's not bad. Again, I'm not exactly trying to try too hard right now. I'm just making it feel good. And then again, you see I switch my grip immediately again. Oh, ooh, no, that's a little bit too hard. Almost fell. Ooh, not trying to do anything too difficult. And then I'll also do some isometric pose. The isometric pose is basically when your body's on the ground, your feet's also on the ground, and you just exert a good amount of force into the hangboard. Right now, I'm doing it a little bit more ferociously than per usual, just so that you guys can see the motion. But in actuality, I'll just be like, huh, 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 putting in about 60 to 70% effort, never really going to that 100 mark as I'm still warming up. And of course, obviously, I would do that with both arms, and I'll also do it in multiple grip positions on multiple edge sizes, just to get a variety of hand positioning. Right now I'm doing full grip. Okay, half, open, 3-finger drag, max, well, not exactly max ISO, but ISOs on 4, ISOs on 3, ISOs on 3, on 10, and I'll just keep repeating this over and over again until about 10, 15, 20 minutes has passed and my body feels nice and warm, and I feel like I could actually really start to do some damage with it. Let me show you something else that I really like to do. So what I also really like to do is I like to do some bicep curls using the air. And basically the idea here is I'll just flex my tricep, get a good amount of blood into my arm, and with my triceps nice and flexed, I'll either extend the wrist or flex it. I'll do both ways. And from here, I'll just flex my elbow upwards, right? And this right here, all I'm trying to do is get a little bit of blood pumping throughout my arm to make it feel nice and good without actually having to lift any weights. And so just by constantly squeezing the musculature, I start to warm it up. In fact, right now my triceps are starting to get really pumpy just from doing this. And I'm just squeezing my muscles just to warm things up. Kind of like when when you shake when you're really cold. I'm just squeezing things to make them feel nice and warm, and that feels good. And I'll do this in congruence with my stretching as I quote unquote rest during my hanging sets. Now, of course, I will throw in a pull-ups in there. I'm not gonna do it on this bar as ferociously as I normally do, but when I do my pull-ups, I like to do them as hard and as fast as I can, just to get all my back muscles and arm muscles firing very quickly. And the reason why I do my pull-ups, I'll just do one, and hopefully this doesn't collapse. No, it's gonna collapse. The reason why I do it really hard and ferociously is just because I'm strong enough to the point where I know I won't really hurt myself if I just go in and I just yuck with one really strong or a couple strong pull-ups. And then after I do 5 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, on the 5th one, I'll go up and then I'll hold it at a 90-degree for a little bit of time, and then I'll come down, and then I'll go right back into my hangboarding, my stretching, my imaginary flexing, and I'll do that again for about 20 minutes. Now, what does that result in me feeling like? And have I noticed a difference? Well, let me tell you. I think the great thing about my warm-up is because since I'm constantly moving and using lower loads of pressure when I'm hangboarding, and I add in a little bit of pull-ups, and I'm constantly stretching it out, that when I come onto the wall, my arms at least feel really good, and they have the capacity to twist and bend relatively well. Now, of course, my warm-up isn't just comprised of the hangboarding and stuff. I will also come onto the wall and climb some easier climbs first, as per usual, like a couple of them, before I'm 100% ready to fire into the harder projects. And something that I have noticed in terms of warming up, now that If you don't go into the warm up with like an idea of like sets, reps, and time under tension, then that makes the warming up actually a lot more enjoyable and makes the hangboarding just a lot more enjoyable. Because all I'm really looking for here is like a feeling of my muscles waking up and being used, and these are just tools for that to happen for me. And it's not a workout, it's not nothing, it's just warming up. Therefore it could change with time, and it's not something that I have to keep in the back of my head constantly saying, oh well, I gotta warm up doing this, blah 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 blah. No, I just gotta go in there, make sure everything feels good, and if I want to spend longer warming up, I will. If I don't, which is hasn't happened yet because I just recently started this, I won't. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, Panda.